Hello again, you guys. Today again is 320. Today again is 320. 2021. Again, I'm excited um, for my next guest. Again, as always, to introduction to the show that I believe in 6 degrees of separation and has been proven over and over again since I started this show, as well as I let you guys know how I know the person that's coming on for today. Um, Let me do this. You guys, I am so blessed to have so many dope people in the circle that I'm just excited of what is going on and what's happening. So, um, Vanessa, are you here? You're muted right now.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Got you. So today, my last show for today is my niece, Vanessa Cohen. Um, and I'm excited. This woman works so hard. I don't think there's too many things that she cannot do. And I am excited for her to be on the show. Um, and while she's doing that, also, again, if you have an event, you want to be a part of a sponsorship, please reach out to me. And I will do what I can to make sure your event is promoted. Again, I believe that we're always one person away, one help away from where we need to be. And so let's be helpers one to another. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, again, it's Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Please like and share. Also, this is live on my Facebook page, as well as the radio station, which is grooveradiodetroit.com, as well as Twitch. And I believe it's on Twitter as well. So again, I am so excited about the things that are happening, what's going on. So again, I just got off a awesome show with India Johnson, um, Calicious Creations. You guys have to check her out, and she will definitely make you want to eat something that is awesome and good for you. Good for you. Good for you. And this has been an awesome Saturday.
All right, I'm here. You know.
Um, we're still showing your picture. There you are. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Technically, I'm still tired, but I am great. No complaints. It won't help us anyway.
Right.
So today I am talking to Vanessa, who I have, let's see, 16, 17 years now.
I don't remember not you, so I can't even ask that question. I can't answer that.
Well, yeah, 16, 17, something like that, years. When I met Vanessa, I'll never forget it. It was in the summertime in 2002.
Okay. Dearborn.
Um, huh?
Dearborn.
Dearborn.
Okay.
You was at the pool. I want to say it was you and Angel at the time in the swimming pool. And over the time, I was telling them earlier, I don't think there's too much that Vanessa can't do.
I would agree. I say it every day, and I guess it's I've heard a lot of people talking about having mantras. I don't call it a mantra. It's just something I've always believed. Is that I said I could do all things, and that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. But literally every day I say I can do all things. So I really believe that. So it's not. I believe that. So that's what I move by.
So again, I believe when I met her, she was King, right?
That's
You
the
went to
high school.
King?
Yeah.
And she was, I don't know if it was she was doing something. She's always doing something. I can't remember her ever having a down moment of what she's not doing. It was either photography, she was making things, she was dancing, modeling, she was doing something. She's always been doing something. And now fast forward, successfully married. How long now?
It's funny. I feel like I lose count now. Um, we will have been married 7 years in May. So this May it'll be 7 years.
That's it. Why did it seem like it was longer than that?
Because I mean, in August we would have been together 12 years. So this is our 7/12 year.
Okay. That makes sense. Now I'm like, why do it seem like it was way longer than this?
Girl, we veterans now. So
successfully she has how many boys now? With a set of twins. Who by the way, if you guys do not know, is successful in their own right. And your sons played on what show?
Aiden and Austin were on Chicago Fire, NBC Chicago Fire.
Yeah. Okay. And your oldest son was it Live in a D?
Well, he went that they gave him an opportunity to intern there. But Donovan was actually in Transformers 3 and Hostel 3. So that's where everything started. So he's the entry point for everybody else. But Donovan's 17 now, he's a YouTuber. So his name was Cloud Gamer. He switched it. So it's like the homie Don or something like that now on Twitch and Instagram and on YouTube.
And so I remember when the conversation was he wanted to start doing things like that. I remember literally him like, I need the camera. I need, all of this thing. I'm like, wow. Makes you really feel old. But even in that, they had to get it from somewhere. So this is the point where when I reached out to you, my conversation with you was going to be the balance of life, of being what a successful house may look like for you. With a husband, 5 boys. Let me say that again. A husband, 5 sons, and still having time for yourself. What does that look like?
It looks like chaos. I thrive in chaos. I say it's not easy though, but when I'm being still, I feel like I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. So I always have to move. I always am stressed out. If I'm working on something, there's something else I should or could or potentially want to work on. So my mind never stops. it's a good thing because it allows you different experiences. It gives you different opportunities, but at the same time, it's not easy. My main thing is I know from a very young age the type of woman I wanted to be. I knew what type of mother I wanted to be. I knew what type of wife I wanted to be. I knew what type of contribution I wanted to put in on this world. And one thing that scares me is that if I ever left this world before I was able to do everything I wanted to do or felt that I was put here to do, then I didn't do enough. So that's what drives me every day. So that's what keeps me, I guess, moving in this constant craziness.
Mm-hmm. So what about when you add into like your friends? Like I know you have had almost, I want to say, the same girlfriends for years now. What does that look like?
I think that I keep people around me who understand me. So don't get it twisted. People cycle through, but I'm honest. At the end of the day, I think that when you know who you are comfortable living in that daily, and it will force people to be around you who magnetize to that and push people away who don't. And so with that being said, when I'm busy, my friends know I'm busy. I don't have to talk to my friends every day for them to understand that I love them or that I appreciate them. Right. But at the same time, when I do have free time, I prioritize making friends. So like 2020 was hard because I am a super social butterfly and everything is planned. I get everything in the calendar down to, who I'm meeting with at this time. All right, we got to leave by here to go meet with them. And whether it's us doing couple things or me doing individual things with one friend or doing group things, it's important to have that. I didn't see that growing up. We were just around family. Which is cool, but all the family lived close enough to be around family. But when you start moving into these different cities, not far, but not convenient, then you create your own life and you have to make priorities as far as people around you. So you have to learn how to put forth effort, not just because that's your family, you got to be there. Now you have to make decisions every day to say, all right, let me take this drive to go here. And that effort maintains those type of relationships.
That makes sense. I was talking to Quincy earlier, and we were talking about the idea of bringing back the village. And at one point, the village really was the village, like our cousins, our aunts, or something lived in the neighborhood, or people that we grew up with, we kept in touch with over the years. I mean, sometimes the chaos, even in friendship, sometimes you need that. You already know who gonna do what because they have shown themselves over the years. Unfortunately, some of our friends are the same way they were when they were preteens, 20-year-olds. They 50 something still doing the same thing that they were when they was 20. And sometimes we need that person, because you already know what's the deal. They don't come out the box. It's the same thing over and over again. Even when another thing I wanted you to bring out was the priority of your husband. A lot of times, women, we feel like our husbands don't need us as much. We want to focus on our children. And sometimes our husbands are neglected because we have put them at the low man on the totem pole. So what do you do to make sure that your husband feels like he's the king?
He is the king. I mean, that's not how I talk. I don't speak in that way, but again, I knew what type of wife I wanted to be. I knew that I didn't want to stop loving him. I didn't want to stop liking him. I want to always be infatuated. And so It's like it shouldn't even be a debate. My husband does come first. So it's not putting my kids second, but if my husband comes first and I come first to him, then both of us equally as one put our children first. Mm-hmm. So when I literally, I'm trying to say this without being corny, but my husband and I are one. It is what it is. So I don't have to put him first because he is me. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, every move that I make, he understands it's with both of us in mind. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to my children, then he knows how I am about that. I'm the business side of things when it comes to the kids. Okay. I'm the fun, I'm the schedule. But daddy, he's the enforcer. He's the one that makes sure all the day-to-day tasks are done. It's kind of almost, no, I'm not going to say it's opposite, but for the most part, I'm the, is it done right? Is it done this? But he's the, did it get done? Mm-hmm. You know, so it works in that capacity. But when you're thinking like, oh, my husband, my kids come first, then my husband. So then now we're a blended family, right? So it can get complicated at that point because if you put your kids first, now you're married. So I got a 17-year-old and I got a husband. Now I got 2 grown men in the house. Who come first? No. We're the parents. You're the children. We're one. There is no you versus them. Mm-hmm. We're one. You're a kid. So that's how we operate.
I want to bring that out because a lot of times, and you're younger than me, so a lot of women at my age, they don't get it. And they, as they would say, the priority is different. Where some, even if they wasn't blended, they want to put their children over their mate and vice versa. So it's like, wait, something ain't right with this picture. And then again, it's what you, like you said, you have said when you at a younger age, you knew what type of wife you wanted to be. You knew what type of mother you wanted to be. So in advice to someone else who's maybe not married yet, maybe not married, who hasn't had children yet, what would you say to them?
So I plan in advance. So you have to be able to see yourself so I plan backwards. So I guess I would say, so one thing, regardless of your whole life, you could have lived this immaculate life, blah, blah, blah. It all comes down to what's in that obituary, right? So when you go to the funeral, they're like, such and such was born here, went to this high school, got this education, she did this. Oh, she dedicated her life to Christ at an early age. She leaves today. You know, what do you want it to say? And for me, it's some things I want my stuff to say. So what I tell people is, what do you want to be remembered by? So I look at my marriage. My marriage is one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do, but it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Mm-hmm. So you literally have to know who you want to be so you can set the expectation up front. Some people don't know. Now, I feel like I've been blessed with insight to where I am been steadfast from a very young age. But when it comes to just even not knowing, wherever you from, it could be a month from now. Who do you want to be a month from now? Because when you get married, you decide to be with somebody through change after 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years. 12 years ago, I was different. Mm-hmm. I knew who I wanted to be, but I was nowhere near that. Mm-hmm. This year, sure, I'm kind of cool now, but I still got some more growing to do. Mm-hmm. So just like right now, I went back to school in the middle of a pandemic while working full-time, in school full-time, an attentive wife, still trying to socialize and still got to take care of these kids. So my whole thing is, did he sign up for that? Maybe he didn't, but he knew that on my list of things was to go back to school. So therefore, when you're dating somebody, be upfront. I mean, the audacious goals you have, let them know. So when you roll those out, it's not a life change that's a deal breaker. Uh-huh. And understand what your deal breakers are. I know what mine are, and I got rid of them. So as far as being in a relationship, I really, really, really want people to be honest with themselves. What do you want? And then the version of not what you want today, the version of who you want to be, what does that person want? Because that's who you need to make plans for. Because if you make plans for you now, I wanted a drug dealer. My husband ain't nowhere near that. And would that have been fun then? Sure. But for me today, that wouldn't be fun now.
Right.
And then for me, 20, 30 years from now, I would probably be in jail.
I never knew that.
I mean, I'm a
Well,
little gangster.
right. I would have never thought that. But it makes a lot of sense because even now, being remarried is on a whole night and day. And it's like now, even through those things, you learn the lessons. You know what you like and what you don't like, what you're gonna compromise with, what you're not gonna compromise with. The conversation of you're still evolving, and that's important. I never looked at it into the point of where I want to go, but I know I'm going somewhere. I'm never gonna just settle and just be right here. Some things might come, I want to say spare the moment, but like my husband knows, even with the talk show or the things that I put my hands to, I'm never just not doing anything. That's not me. That's not my lifestyle at all. So I'm either working, which I've always been doing, working for myself, or church, or doing things in the community. Like I'm always helping someone. So therefore, I'm never just gonna be just at home. That's not me at all. Um, and now that I'm on the road to recovery, and I have seen some things with you with the weight loss, for me to go and do all the things that I want to do, I have to be healthy. And not just for my husband, but for me, because my health has changed over time of realizing that I was a emotional eater. When things bothered me, stressed me out, whatever, I'm grabbing something I don't need to eat, but I needed to eat. So I thought. When being lazy when it came to cooking, preparing, I've always had my your uncle was a cooker, so I didn't have to cook. My present husband is a cooker, so I don't have to cook. But now I have someone who's health conscious. So now is okay. You shouldn't be eating that, and we're not eating that. We're not bringing this in the house because I want you to live. So the idea for you, I want to live, and I can see, the legacy of you in your children. I don't think, even with yourself, there's no door that you will not be able to attempt to open. I have always seen that within you, as a kid, and to see you as a grown woman, um, opening doors constantly on live at the D and all these things. Like, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. I could even see maybe somewhere down the line, like you actually have a journalist type show of just you being you, of talking to other people who need someone like you, even in the type of friend that you are, to the ones that are in your circle, or who have been in your circle, or who's coming to your circle, of what you actually embody. Um, Even to, like you said, the scheduling. People don't understand time means everything. And it irritates my soul when I know people who constantly are late all the time. Time is money on everything. And if you're constantly being late, um, you're missing out on money. You missing out on opportunity. So what does um the future Cohen looks like? Like I can see y'all in a the whole family in a magazine. Like this is who y'all want to be. Like for real.
So that part, I think my husband, this is where we have a gray area because he's like, I didn't sign up for that. I said, you know who I was when you met me. I think it's a lot of it's always been pressure on what to do with whatever's in me. I don't know. That came from my parents. I always thought I got my personality and everything from my dad because he's so like vocal. But now that I'm older, I understand my mom's silence is not her lack of vocability because my mama got a mouth on her. And I learned that it all came from her, the creativity, the I guess the boldness, and even she put me in every possible activity. Like I was busy because of her. So I kind of blame her for the chaos in my head because I don't know how to be still. So I get that creativity from her. And then my dad is always like, he thinks I'm like bigger than what it is that I do. So it makes me want to live up to whatever
right
his expectations are. And so by me being, I say I'm the baby, but I'm not. But me being baby girl, most important, yeah. I feel the need to be that game changer in my family. So with that being said, it's like, okay, so you have access to this, you have these skills, what do you do with it? And the only thing that I care enough about to even put enough effort into it is my family. So we launched the Cohen brand, which originally was just a management company for the twins and Donovan. But now we started a company called Motor City Date Night. What Motor City Date Night is or will be is a monthly couples outing within Metro Detroit. With that, it will be pre-planned. I believe the first event was supposed to be pre-COVID. So like $55 to $65 a couple, includes whatever food, drinks, and activity for that night. And it's once a month, and it will be different activities throughout the year. So that's something that I feel the need where when couples are around other couples, problems that might seem really small, really big to them become minuscule because you realize it ain't just you. Your issue ain't special. Everybody got the same issue. Mm-hmm. Everybody dealt with that. I promise you, every time me and Fonzo have an issue, I write it down because I feel like now we can speak to that too. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a whole testimony in our relationship, and a lot of it, before I got married, played out on the internet. You know, it's because I put all my business out there, but we pride ourselves on transparency. Mm-hmm. I don't want people to think everything always good. So I always say when stuff is bad too, because you get those false narratives that people think marriage is smiles and cookies all the time.
Right.
But it's not. And I respect I have an amazing husband. Like I cannot even think of some off the top of my head. I can't think of nobody I'm around whose husband compares to mine. And then we still have issues, you know? And so for us to have a relationship like that, I just really want people to see we ain't perfect. And so maybe if you're around us, you'll understand. We gonna argue. That's what we do. I think that might be something we like to do at this point, you know? So with the monthly outings, I think that's gonna be the next thing that we do. I just pitched the show. We're gonna see how that goes. As far as recording what we do, but that's what's next. The twins, I kind of pulled them out of going to auditions because they were on that TV show when they were 2, 3 years old, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all the way up to their 5. They didn't ask for that. And so I was like, well, I'll wait until they ask for it, because I don't want to be that parent that forced them to do something. I want you to do what you love. And I got one that doesn't care. And I got another one that keep asking when he gonna be on TV again. I don't know what to do with that, because I can sell them as two easily. So for one, we working on it. So that's kind of where we are.
Okay. So again, it's a great thing to be transparent. One thing that, as we say in the church world, we overcome by the words of our testimony. So how in the world can we overcome if nobody's testifying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got to talk about some things that hurt you. You got to talk about some things that you might look at like, I ain't putting my business out here, but you supposed to be helping one another. We have some people who dealt with jealousy in your relationship. You have some people who are stuck on you make your money, I make mine, and you do this with your money, I do this with my money, and then you have a conflict because you never communicated. Don't go in a relationship assuming anything. You got to talk about everything, because we wasn't raised the same way.
Yep. I don't
like, yeah, that's not how I was raised. No, that ain't. So who's to say what's right and what's wrong? Because if you say you're married, you become one, which comes your growing pains, your all of this stuff wrapped up in one ball. Now, either we gonna deal with it or we not. Which, if you don't deal with it, it's gonna be an issue later. So we almost like we have to do and I don't want to say counseling because that's but this marriage 101 of what marriage you want to where for it to look like. A lot of people are nowadays are in blended relationships. Blended like the husband might came with 2 or 3 kids. The wife might had a child. Like these things have to be talked about. Are you gonna be the wife that is okay with the baby mama? Or you just like, I don't want to deal with her at all, but I have to deal with your children. We don't talk about these things because we be like, we're gonna leave it in the closet and whatever happens in the house, that's what it is. But you have other people out here who need this conversation. You need to talk about it because again, if she the baby mama and got drama and you say you want to be with this man for the rest of your life, guess what? You still got to deal with her because now it's a whole big old family, regardless if you want it or not. So I don't know about the baby mama drama with your children. All I seen was on the outside looking in was I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that our family are happy, to make sure that my sons are really truly brothers.
Yeah, I don't I can say we had drama, sure. That goes in 12 years, sure. We don't have baby mama or baby daddy drama. My husband was married before, so that his ex-wife. So we don't do the baby mama stuff. But as far as the kids, they've been around each other since they were 3, 4 years old. So when I came in, I didn't say, I'm your mama. No. But when we got married, it was like a joke. We gonna call her Mrs. Mommy. But I knew that I didn't want to have stepchildren or have kids or have brothers and sisters. We don't do that. If I'm your parent, I'm your parent. If that's your brother, that's your brother. That's your sister, that's your sister. So technically, you want to break it all the way down. There are 11 children that, if they chose to, could call me some form of a mom. And I take pride in that. And I try to make myself available for that. I don't treat them any differently. If they want to come over, and be here, they're gonna get the same treatment as all the other kids. I think it's very important for the kids to have a safe haven where they brothers sleep, where they step brothers sleep, where they have brothers sleep, whatever they want to call it. But this is a place for you. This is a checkpoint. You got my number. You know how to reach me. I'm a mama. You know, so I've been a mother longer than I've not been, and so I feel like I got that part down. So even now, my plans as far as my next steps in my personal life is preparing my house for grandkids. No, I'm not having no grandbabies, but I'm saying that if I'm looking 10 years from now, I have a 17-year-old, I have a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, somebody may have a kid, right? In the next 10 years. So I need to make sure that my life is set up to where I could be the active grandparent I want to be. Mm-hmm. And so I need to make sure I have the space. I need to make sure I need to be financially stable to cater to whatever they need. Because if you tied to me in that capacity, I got you. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy coming from somebody who ain't never want kids.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Donovan had to be here because if Donovan didn't come, I wouldn't have no kids. So
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I had told your uncle when I saw you, I knew you were pregnant.
At what point? Because I mean, it was.
Well, Donovan, I knew you were pregnant. I want to say when we went swimming. I don't know.
It was probably swimming. That's when.
I was like
a swimsuit though, like for real.
I was like, I think your niece is pregnant. He was like, you sure? I said, I'm looking at her, and I had never met you until that day, and I'm like, yeah, she looked pregnant. Sure enough.
Look, I held on to that. I think I might have got to 36. I forget. It might have been like 32. Because I got pregnant March 30th. And then my parents found out like in August, right before I went back to school. So it was around that weird time. It was like, I'm not even about to get into that whole story. But the bottom line is, it was like, okay, I had already had it settled in my mind. I'm like, I'm having a baby. All right, whatever. But I ain't want to tell nobody. I'm like, let me see how long I can get away with this. But I mean, it was just obvious at one point. I was skinny. Like
I was like, but even in that, you, like I said before, you never slow down. It was always Vanessa got this going on. Vanessa is trying to learn this. Vanessa. And I'm like, uh-huh. And even the things that you have learned is life lesson skills. At the end of the day, even if you wasn't plugged into some type of job, you are able to make things work for yourself with the skills that you know. Same thing with your mother. The part that I knew was she worked in the political arena, helping other people. And then one minute she went back to photography. And she was doing all these different things. And I'm like, well, why wasn't you doing this before? Like, what in the world? And she was really good at it. And so it was like, you are constantly reinventing yourself. And that's the part that I want to say about you. You are constantly reinventing yourself. And it's like one moment it's one step closer to, I'm not sure what your end goal is, but at the end of the day, you're always reinventing yourself. You're even with your hair changes, you're on TikTok, you're doing all these things, and I'll be like
I was sitting here, I was like, should I put this one on? Or I ain't about to do that. I ain't gonna do that. All right. But
it was constantly reinventing yourself. And it's okay. And it's not like you don't like yourself, but it's like it's another version of you. And I would say, like, one person would used to tell me when it came to being the wife that your husband wants. It's like he wants all versions of you. Like you, as we say, the freak in the bed. He wants the education person. He wants the person that breaks down every barrier. Like she's not afraid to try anything. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's getting on the zip line, if it, all of these things that your husband wants. And people can't be afraid to be what he wants, but at the same time is what you want. And I have admired y'all marriage from afar as well. Like whatever Vanessa puts into play, I know I probably ain't gonna like this right now of getting everything together and being like he's the one that's always on the grill and all of this stuff, putting things together. But at the end of the day, when people show up, it's us. They are a part of us. They get to come into our world. And whether it's rock climbing, whether it's zip lining, whether it's the life of the party and the hustles, or getting on the TikTok, if it's whatever the case may be, my wife planned this. Hello. Now, which one are you?
Austin.
Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in school? No?
He's about to, because it's Saturday. No, she's saying, do you go to school during the week?
Oh.
You do go to school during the week.
Oh.
Yes. That answer would be yes.
How old are you now?
7.
When will you be 8?
Old.
When is your birthday, sir?
May 13.
Okay, so Austin is the one that said no, he does not want to do the TV stuff, correct? That was you, right? Who said they didn't want to be on TV? Because Aiden said he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Goodbye. He's looking for his dad. Close my door.
So I'm excited to see where you guys are going. I know a lot of people need the conversation from you guys as and I'm not gonna say the it couple, but to be able to be transparent, because people really need that. Like, oh, I never thought about it this way, or I didn't know that was happening. Oh, I didn't know this. But again, we only overcome by the testimonies that we had to talk about these things. Some things that was very hard to talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. So my parents are both still married, and I benefited from seeing what I liked in a marriage and what I didn't like. But one thing that anybody who's ever been around me, whether it's been as a kid or even now, understands that my daddy does not play about me. So it comes as no secret that I would have that same type of husband. So a lot of as much as we don't like to say it, a lot of the great things and not so great things that I saw in my husband reflects. And that made it easy to feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I got an old school daddy, like car doors, driving, damsel in distress. That's the type of daddy I got. So for my husband, it gets overwhelming sometimes. It's still like that. Like if we're in the car together, he driving. He's traditional in that way, but still allows me to have not allow, I don't like that word, but still gives me my space that I asked for, as far as we not in the 50s. However, I still like to be a princess. So we found a happy medium between that. And I say I got that from my parents, because that's the type of stuff that my dad still does to this day. And I've learned when the kids gone, stuff get a lot better. So I'm looking forward to that.
So that happens in, again, the next level of reinventing yourself, because you have been the one who's cultivating, doing all this to make sure that they have a good childhood, that once they're gone, Now it's like, oh, we got the empty nest. You so silly. You got the empty nest. Now what we gonna do? Now we can, add on to the house. We could, do all different things now that the children are away. Now we can play, as they say.
Yeah, my plan. So I'm 34, right? So obviously I had my oldest when I was young. So the twins, they'll be 8 this year. So what that lets me know is by the time I'm 45, all of the children will be over 18. And by the time I'm 45, I have more than enough money to live the type of life that I want without having the stresses of the day-to-day tasks of these kids. Whereas had I had all my children later, like some of my friends, no shade, but they probably got to have fun in their 20s like they wanted to with not as much money. So I'm like, I'm glad that my life maneuvered how it did. So I'll really, like right now, I'm not having any more kids. So my body is my own. I could be selfish with what I do with it now. So now that's why I'm like, I can be intentional with how I want to look as far as my weight and everything. I don't have to sit here and try to be of a standard to nurture and cater to a baby. Mm-hmm. I'm over that. So from now into the rest of my life, it's all about myself when it comes to my body. And then when I turn 45, it's myself and my money, our money, our money, his money, my money, my money, my money. You know how.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for the idea or the reinventing. We have learned a lot from our experiences, not only from our parents, but our siblings. Some things we saw that we didn't like, some things that we admire in our siblings that we'll take from, as I say, collages of life. And hopefully the collage that I make is something that I can be proud of, that I see. Even though I was talking to somebody else in the family, I'm like, well, technically, though that is gone, but we have been in it so long. It's like you're still my niece, no, and so even in to the point of I'm still watching. I'm still looking to see what's the next thing that comes out. I'm still wanting to have that conversation of tell me something that a person would be surprised to know about you. Like I had no idea that you at one point wanted to be with a drug dealer. Like
no, I mean, come on. I grew up on the east side of Detroit. That's, I can't even say that. I mean, I watched stuff like Minister Society and Belly and South Central, and I just was infatuated with that. So like I used to say my goal in life was to be a drug dealer's wife. I wanted to buy the block up and build a mansion in the middle of a hood and pull up in my 550 Mercedes Benz with all the bags and furs. And it's just crazy. Like the whole BMF thing was just like, I was like, that's how you do it. No, Vanessa, that's how you like die soon. Like, no. Right. So, that wouldn't even be like the thing that I would say is like, oh my God, tell me something nobody would know about you. Because a lot of people knew that. But like something like that, I'm shy. I am. I'm very shy. I have to push myself to, I don't shy from the mic, but the moments before the mic, I'm shy, if it makes sense. So I'm always insecure about what it is that I said. I rewatch things that I did multiple times. And like, why did I say that? Oh my God, because I'm always worrying about what the implied message. I always want to be politically correct. And it's like, so I used to filter a lot, but the more that I don't filter, the better I feel about it. But I'm still shy. So it's like, I don't know. I put my hair on, it's like, all right, Sasha Fierce. But I
Right,
take
right,
it back
right.
off and I'm like,
I would have never thought that.
nobody believes me. I tell my husband that and I'm like, I am shy.
I would have never.
But I don't know. It's all or nothing. I'm 0 or 100. I don't know how to play the middle. It's like I'm either gonna sit there and be quiet, and everybody gonna ask me what's wrong, or you go get all of it. Now it's like, oh, you definitely not shy. No, I know how to play those roles.
Mm-hmm.
I should be an actress. That's what I want to do.
Right. I would have never thought that at all. I think now to the point of the boldness and confidence of owning the stage is comfortable to me. Like I played in the background for so long. Now it's like, listen, I don't belong in the background. So when I step out, it's like now I understand I belong here. And nothing and no one is gonna stop me. And so even to the point of doing this, it's like I don't know exactly what the end game is. I don't even care at this point. Is I know it's going somewhere. I know it's helping someone. I know that who I bring on here is very important. That he told me to start in my inner circle first. Then you can broad out. But it's so many dope people in your inner circle that sometimes we look over. We don't understand that they have a story to tell. So today it was your story. It was your moment to tell something again that most people wouldn't even think. Or just to see a young person successful at their family. This is what the Cohen family looks like. Even though they're not in the picture, but yet and still she's young, 34, still married with 5 kids, 5 boys. And she has a full-time job. She's in full-time school. Still again, reinventing herself. Her husband works, you know, and is he at the same place or is he somewhere else?
I don't know what place you're talking about, but sure, yeah.
Uh, it wasn't. No, was it
No, he works for DC.
who?
DC.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Long
it's
enough for those benefits. Run me
yeah,
my
like
checks.
yeah, he been there a minute now. So again, being comfortable and even into the point of possibly moving from where you are now and um getting the bigger house, getting to living out that you don't have to settle. And this is what I look at
No
with you,
settling.
that there's no settling in you. Therefore, thanks, babe. You're constantly reinventing yourself. And I can't say that enough because we do need that. Sometimes you got to change it up. Sometimes you got to put on the blonde wig. Sometimes you got to,
I don't go
change
that
the
far. Okay.
hairstyle.
I mean, I don't go.
So,
Oh, by the way, he don't like it.
oh, that's too bad.
But I guess I would say that you remember I cut all my hair off. So I had the waves and everything. And so last December, so December 2019, I entered a raffle for $5 and I won a wig, a custom wig. And so I wore that all 2020, which worked out because the world got shut down, right? So you don't get your hair done. So from there until now, my hair, it grew drastically. So even though he doesn't like the ease of switching up hairstyles as I do, he loves the fact that when I do wear my hair, it's longer, it's healthier, and it's there. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. So I've always been color. I've always loved color. My natural hair color is like the sandy brown, all types of blonde and all of that stuff in it. So with the weather, it changes a lot, but I still love color. So I will be the bright reds, I will be the, auburns and all of these things. So when we got together, my hair was get up and brush. Just and he loved that. He loves the fact that he doesn't have to, oh, babe, don't touch my hair. It don't do that, messing up. Listen. And so when I went to the wigs, it was, oh, that's nice, but I'd rather rub your hair. You know what I'm saying? To rub your own. And so I'm like, okay, so do I spend the money to go get the pencil curls and all of that? Or do I wear the wigs? And he's like, whatever is suitable for you, I'll love it regardless. And now I'm at the point where I don't waste money of getting it done where I have to wear a hat at work. What's the point? And so getting the braids and the different hairstyle. When I say he was like, that's the look he gave. Wow, babe, you're so beautiful. You can wear anything. And I'd be like, but that's him.
Yeah, that's what you need. That encouragement. I think that I don't know. I it's a look that Alfonso gives me that I don't know. It's indescribable, but I know that it's a look of encouragement. So I thought men didn't like makeup. And I'm like, so when I come home, if I have like on a full face, I'll take it off. Or when we're going out, I don't do that. I'm like, he wants the natural stuff. He like natural hair. He like, you don't never do your makeup for me. I'm like,
right. Yeah. This is another part of why we have to communicate. We can't assume anything. When he be like, okay, babe, I need you to set up with your makeup artist so you can go get your face made. And I'm like, but wait a minute. So you don't like how my face look now? He said, no, but when you get your face done, it's like a whole nother you come out. And I'd be like, so this is what he wants to see. Like if I could go get my makeup done every day, then the whatever Camila comes out at the time, that's what he likes. And so is okay, babe, you need to go get your nails done. You want your feet done. You want this. And it's the more so of the catering to make sure that I feel how I look. If that makes any sense.
no, I think that does make, because I act different. So as soon as I put my
Right.
little contour right here, my mouth is I can't stop doing it. As soon as I do that, I'm like, and if that's my look for the rest of the day, I gotta go somewhere where I can't have a mask on. So I
Right.
can't be. It's sometimes I feel like I'm too cute, so I don't want to do all that. I don't want you to have no problems, sir. So I don't want to do my
Right.
face when we out.
Calm down. They ain't trying to hit on me. Come on now. I said this morning. I said, babe, how I look? He said, oh my God, you're just so beautiful. And I already knew what that look meant. You know how to look. Like, yeah, let me get out this bathroom for something to happen.
No, I don't know. It's like when I get ready to go with my friends, now I'm like, all right, now I can't be as cute. I don't want to okay. So now I put forth an effort, like we going on a date. I'm like, okay, let me make sure this is the good one. So I'm gonna put it here and here. So I'm gonna have that jawline. Ah, I don't know. I miss him. He left. He went to work.
Oh, well, it is a good thing. Like I can express um being in love and feeling love is like no other. Like the opportunity to wake up every day to good morning, beautiful, good night, beautiful, and really know that the person means it and it's not just a come on. And whatever that looks like in a marriage for other people, we got to share it. We have to, talk about it and really be transparent because, marriage takes work. It's good work, but it does take work. And Vanessa has shown you guys through our conversation today that it's possible to stay, but you got to keep reinventing yourself. You're not going to be the same person every day. You're not going to be the same person you was when you first met. You got to make the effort to change with the times and all of that, whatever that takes. And you'll still be looking like I miss my mate when he not around. I didn't think I could ever be like that.
You know what? So you're you're a newlywed now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been?
Since September.
September. So you a new. Okay. So you still like him.
I still like him. And the
Okay.
funny thing is, like, we were neighbors, so when the time came around, this was actually my childhood crush. So it's on a whole nother wow.
Oh, so you really like him.
Like really, really like him.
So I love my husband with every aching bone in my body. Like that, he is me. Like I'm when he not near me, I feel like I'm less than.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I can't be whole with the look at me trying to be politically correct. But anyway, so but I don't like him all the time. Like he irks my nerve. Like I don't want to hear him complaining, but I want to be in his face all day, which is gonna make him complain. It's weird, but like I love him like crazy. Like I watch Snap, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if something ever happened, I'm going to jail because they go come see me because I watch too much of the right stuff, you know. So but I don't like him all the time. And it's okay. And I had to learn that the fact that he is not in my favor today, you know, is okay. And once I got past that, then I can get past those moments when I don't like him. And then
as they say, the important things about a marriage that you cannot forget that this is your friend at the end of the day.
hands down.
We don't have to, agree all the time. And sometimes I need my space as well. And he needs his. So at the end of the day, when we friends and we re-hook up, it's like, I miss you. And then we go to that moment, okay, you get on my nerve, go somewhere, go watch a movie or something, gone. And then you get back to, the reasons why you're together in the first place.
Yes. Open it.
Is Daddy here?
No.
Does he have his phone off?
They're just gonna keep bugging me. Okay, but yes, I understand. Moment by moment, I think one of the things that I'm not an expert. However, we date and we're deliberate in our dating.
Dating.
So we are always doing something, whether it's going for a walk or making a dinner reservation at a restaurant we never been to, or setting up a paint and sit in our basement, or just sitting outside on the back porch while he grilling and I'm sitting out there talking to him, or having a game night with just us, or we're always at one of our other couple friends' house because I hold this to my core. When you go around other couples and you're in a healthy relationship, I have to say this too. If you go around other couples in a healthy relationship, you all help each other. Mm-hmm. It takes a village. Now, if you've ever been around me and we around other couples, yes, we do start arguments. We do because I bring up topics. I like to bring up real topics that we all need to talk about, and then y'all have those conversations. Let me not say argue. We start healthy debates because I always want to know, does your husband do this? Tell me if your husband ever asked you this, or does your wife do this? I always ask those questions because for me, is it just me, or is it just our marriage, or is this an everybody thing? And what I've learned in asking that, a lot of the issues that we may have, like, I don't know, I don't wash dishes. I don't wash dishes. Why? Because I had a dishwasher. Our dishwasher was broke. He didn't get it fixed. So guess what? I stopped washing dishes. That was almost 10 years ago. It's just been a thing now. So does it bother him? No, but in a setting when he asked, does your wife wash dishes? Now it's an argument. It's been like this for 10 years. Then you find out another couple wife doesn't wash dishes. Now it's okay. See? Mm-hmm. Problem solved. Didn't even need therapy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that, like I said, I have been blessed where my mates were the cookers. And I was always working. So it was said, but not said, that I'm not doing both. I'm just saying. I'm not working a hard job and then coming here and cook. That's not me.
Oh, so you
So
just didn't say it.
no, it was said but not said. So I have a husband who can work all day and gets home and he wants to cook. I've tried to cook and it's not like I can't cook. He's like, no, babe, I want you to relax. But you just got off work. He said, so I'm not
Oh,
about to fight you.
got it.
I am, listen, you think I'm about to argue with you that you want to cook? Oh, no. I will eat, but no. Mm-mm.
No, I appreciate that though. So I'm the meticulous person. So I'm the planner in the family. Alfonso, he cooks. The teenagers do the dishes. He don't even do the dishes now, but I do the laundry. It might take weeks to get folded, but I do it, right? And so we play our role, and I think for our relationship, it works. And so you just have to understand what your role is and the role that your spouse is willing to have, or the person you're in a relationship is willing to have.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does take compromise, because I really just want to hire somebody just to do stuff, and I just want to just live my life. I don't want to
I think
have to.
the thing for me to make me feel like I am a wife is going to the grocery store and doing the laundry. I don't fold, but me washing, I don't know what that is. It's like, oh, I'm washing our clothes. This is the best thing ever. Or going to the grocery store, I feel like we are really one now that we're going to the grocery store and putting our clothes, our stuff in the bag, in the trunk and taking it upstairs to, put up or whatever. I feel like a wife when I do things like that. But outside of that cooking, that is not my focus. That is not my calling. So
Okay.
therefore, I stay out the kitchen. Um, but there do come opportunities where I had to realize that I do have a partner. I was doing things for so long, doing everything that he'd be like, "Babe, did you forget? I'm hello. You don't have to do everything." And I have to relinquish some of my. I'm not gonna say control because that's not a good word, but I had to realize he's like, "Babe, you don't talk to me about anything. You don't talk about this and that." And I was like, "Oh shoot, I
Share
did."
the burden.
Right. I, so therefore now I have to understand that I do have a partner and he's willing to help. So therefore now we have to switch things where it's not just on me or it's not just on him, but we do things collectively.
So have you ever, when you mentioned going to the grocery store, it made me think about something. So you know how they make parodies on how when a man walks past a single woman and she has a purse on and she clutches her purse when he's walking by just so he doesn't snatch it.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, have you ever been to the grocery store and let's say you're in a cereal aisle, you're by yourself, and then you see a couple walking through the grocery store and the woman like grabs her husband, like you go snatch him. I don't know.
I I've actually seen it, but it wasn't towards me. And it was like either what has happened, either a previous uh episode has happened before where he might have wandered off or someone has approached him not knowing that the wife was around, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I was at H&M, and H&M has two levels, right? So the kids and Fonzo were downstairs and I was upstairs in the women's section looking for something. So I'm looking around and it's a dude up there by himself. So I just assumed he's in the women's section. He must work here. So I asked him a question. I said, where is X, Y, and Z? And then before I can finish my statement, his woman came and was like it was just. And so as soon as Alfonso came upstairs, I made it a point to bring him over to where I was at to like, so they could see I'm taking two. Like, I don't know. It's just, so I've seen that in a grocery store setting where if he's standing by himself and then somebody single walking by, that's a good place to meet somebody, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, where I have to come up and I just rub his back a little bit
Right.
So
Listen, and you better mark your territory. Come on now.
that's the fun part of going like to the grocery store where I'm like, I'm the wife, like, oh, you single heathen, get
Right.
away. I don't know.
I think
That's
it's
what it made
more
me think
so
of.
like one thing that I love is public affection. So now it's like he to ask me the other day, he was like, babe, do you like it when we're out and I just grab your hand? I feel like, yeah, that just let everybody know we together. Not that, I feel some type of way that if we don't, but it's a good feeling to know that you belong to somebody and they want to show you off. Like, so yeah, sometimes he might be in the cereal aisle and I might be down there in the tuna trying to get stuff. And some people might come up and ask him a question or something. And I'm cool, like, oh hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. And then they'll get it without me saying anything. Oh, that's my husband. And so, like I said, some things is a previous something has happened before to make them react like that. And I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, he going home with me. He ain't going home with you. So I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what makes going to the store is fun. We go to the grocery store every day. I wish we like would just buy food in bulk, but I think that that's a part of our daily routine.
Yeah. And that's cool too. I mean, the little simple things that, people might take for granted. Um, I love going to the grocery store with my husband. He'd be like, okay, what you got a taste for? What you want? And I'd be like, I don't know what you want. And then we just go down aisles like, okay, we gonna get this, and then one day this week we gonna make this, and then you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's just fun to me. Like you said, just going to the grocery store or going where else do we go? Because he's not right now he's not, I want to say, that comfortable of going places or anything like that. So a lot of stuff is to make sure that we good at home and having our dominoes and playing cards or just sitting on the couch watching movies. Like we're gonna watch the new Justice League soon as I get off of here. And that's gonna be our thing. Like he watch movies. Like, oh, what we watching? And I don't know what this is about Tubi, but this man will be on Tubi all dang on day. Do you hear
I
me?
don't like Tubi. It has commercials.
I don't like it because it's a lot of low budget movies. Okay.
Oh. No, I know one thing that I guess Sundays used to be family fun day for us. And so we kind of got away from that because he works like these crazy hours. But on Sundays, it was all of us, like me, Fonzo, and the kids. We all did something, some activity outside the house. And so it would allow us to move together as a family. So when all seven of us are together, we got some personalities out here, and as quiet and as my husband thinks he is, as normal as he think he is, we cannot go anywhere without doing something crazy. So whether it's the grocery store, you know how they play the music in there? So now all the kids dancing to whatever song is on, or they're playing hide and seek behind the water bottles, or if we go to the mall, they playing hide and seek in stores, multiple stores, and then we the bad parents because we playing too, so it's just
Exactly.
that's something that I guess keeps our kids, because I'm the business parent, but I'm also the fun parent. So I'm the parent that wants you, keeps you on the schedule, but I'm the parent that also wants to make sure that you understand that I'm still only 34. So I'm kind of like your big sister, right? So we cool. We can still have fun, but in parental versions of fun, right? So that's something that I really, really value. Just really spend the time. Open the door.
Can you call Daddy?
No. Close my door. Sorry.
So
I'm not the favorite parent.
So I'm assuming that yeah, Dad has done something to really cater to him. So yeah, he's really missing. Okay, so what you gonna do? Yeah.
Is daddy here? Did he leave his phone? Can you call daddy? All
And
day.
she don't know, want nothing. I already know.
No, they probably are playing Fortnite. They probably want a battle pass. They know not to ask me because I don't know what that means. And they're gonna call her dad, and then their dad's just gonna do it. And then yeah.
Well, I will say I had a great conversation with you today. I had fun. I don't know about you, but I really
Yeah, this was it. This was fun. This was different. I don't talk about me much. It's always about
everyone.
Mhm.
It's not just yeah. So whenever you get ready to launch out the couple thing and
Motor City Day Night.
yes, all of that. I would love to get you on again so we can really promote it and yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, ma'am. I know this is Saturday and we got to get back to things that we do on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
So I will talk to you soon.
Right. Bye. Thanks for having me.
See ya.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.